Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it. Batman Incorporated returns from DC Comics this October. It has been confirmed, and it will be written by Ed Brisson with artwork by John Timms. Now, this is the exact same creative team that just recently released the Batman 2022 Annual, which is pictured right there, because they haven't released a cover yet for this new Batman Inc. book debuting in October. Now, this annual that just came out was by Brisson and Timms, and it does set up the direction of the new Batman Incorporated. They now have Ghostmaker as their leader. Clown Hunter is involved. I think that's a really good spot to put those characters in. And I liked the way that dynamic between Ghostmaker and the rest of Batman Incorporated works in this annual. I thought it was a really solid comic book, so I'm really excited to see this come out. Now, I really liked Batman Incorporated. It was a part of the larger Grant Morrison run, kind of like the final act of it, if you will. So it's cool to see these characters still be used. They were set up by Josh Williamson over in his recent Batman run, and it's led right into this, and I'm kind of excited for it. Star Wars Yoda debuts in October, a 10-issue series from Marvel Comics, written by Kevin Scott with artwork by Nico Leon. So this is going to be Yoda on Dagobah, reflecting on his past back in the days of the Republic. So it's promising that it will be revealing untold secrets about Yoda, maybe even what type of life form he is or something. Who knows? All we know is that Kevin Scott is a favorite amongst many Star Wars comic fans of the modern era. So this should be interesting, could be cool. A Yoda 10-issue series, I will definitely check that out. I'm not really that big into Star Wars comics, but I really do like Yoda, so I'll definitely check that one out. Joe Quesada has left Marvel. He, of course, got promoted to editor-in-chief in the year 2000. Right before that, he was the editor of The Line with Jimmy Palmiotti, Marvel Knights, and so that was like 98 or something like that. Basically, they ran Event Comics. They did a few books for Marvel. Then he becomes the editor-in-chief. He has since been serving as the chief creative officer, but he has stepped back to pursue other passions, probably drawing, and he mentioned writing and directing a short indie film. So that's pretty cool. So Joe Quesada is leaving Marvel. His run had a lot of ups, a little bit of lows, but for the most part, I think Joey Q did a fantastic job over at Marvel. Then we got Creepshow, is a new comic book 5-issue series from Skybound. That's Robert Kirkman's imprint over at Image Comics. This debuts in September. It is based on the Shudder show, which is based on the George Romero Stephen King movie, which I adore. I haven't watched any of the Shudder show. I do plan on jumping into that soon, but Creepshow, I could not be more excited. Robert Kirkman over at Skybound, I think he's got a good direction for this. He's going to be, of course, an anthology series. Creepshow is based on things like Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt, stuff like that. But we got work in this miniseries from people such as Paul Dini, Chris Burnham, David Lapham, Kelly Jones, and John McCrae. Those are some fantastic artists and writers that I really do like, and I do love horror, and I love horror comics, and I love Creepshow, the original movie, so I'm very excited for that. Never Ending Party is a new one from Comixology Originals, debuting June 7th, so very, very soon. Written by Rachel Pollack and Joe Corallo, friend of the show, as well as artwork from Ava Cabrera. This is Rachel Pollack's first full comic in like 25 years. Now, Rachel Pollack was the writer that took over Doom Patrol when Grant Morrison left, and her run is celebrated. I've never read it. I wonder if I can find it and crash through it, because we have Rachel and Joe on the show this upcoming Thursday evening to be discussing this. Never Ending Party is about a woman who years ago had lost her lover in a ritual to Dionysus gone wrong, and now she's trying to put everything behind her, but that past keeps rearing its ugly head. I really am into the idea of this book, and I'm excited to check it out. Of course, Joe Corallo is a friend of the show, so I'm always super excited to check out anything he's doing. The artwork looks great. It's a Comixology original. If you're on Amazon Prime, you get it. You can just go and read it on June 7th. Let us know what you think. Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe just released a trailer. It's a Paramount Plus movie debuting June 23rd. And, y'all, I was like, when I saw that it had popped up, I was like, eh. Then I watched it. It took me back. Back in the 90s, I was a huge Beavis and Butt-Head mark, like many people my age were. I loved Beavis and Butt-Head. I used to make audio recordings of the episodes, and I would just listen to them all the time. That's so freaking wild. It took me back. The animation looks cool. Basically, the premise is Beavis and Butt-Head go into space. They go through a black hole time warp, and they wind up in the modern day. So it's going to be stupid. It's going to be ridiculous, but I think it's going to be hilarious. So I'm excited to check that out. And I checked out that Pinocchio trailer, which does drop on Disney Plus September 8th, and I kind of liked this trailer, like, rather a lot. It kind of moved me. Now, I'm a big fan of Disney classic animated films, including Pinocchio. I love their earliest work. It's some of my favorites. I don't like any of those live-action Disney movies they've done, though, outside of Aladdin. I really do like Aladdin. Pinocchio is something that could work, though. You got Tom Hanks as Geppetto. You got Robert Zemeckis doing the directing. It seems like this is set up, like this could be the one to really break through and work for me, even though, like I said, I loved Aladdin. Will Smith as the genie. Didn't slap nobody. But Pinocchio, I thought it looked cool. I liked the look of it. I liked the look of the characters. I liked the nostalgic, childlike feeling that it gave me. And it's going to be a cheesy movie for kids. And I love that they kept the original animated design for the Pinocchio puppet. I'm kind of excited to check this one out, y'all. So that's my reaction to that. So that's what we got for you this week. What's coming up here at PCP? Well, first of all, check us out tonight on Dylan's Horror Show. We're talking about Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Hadn't seen that movie in a very long time. I think the movie's really good, but it makes me feel really bad. So we'll be talking about that on Dylan's Horror Show tonight. Rockin Robbie Live tomorrow night, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. And then, of course, PCP Movie Night returns after a week hiatus because of Memorial Day with continuing Cruise Choice. It's Hammer Time Whole Shoes Pick. And Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, we're talking about Grosse Pointe Blank. John Cusack 90s classic. Also starring Dan Aykroyd, Joan Cusack, Minnie Driver. It's a really good movie. Check it out, watch it, and then join us for PCP Movie Night. So that's what we got. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Join us over at patreon.com/PCP if you want to help support the channel. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Station. Pop, pop, boom!